everybody. I'm Bree.
I'm Reve.
And we're going to go ahead and start with the next set of 7 chapters, 15 through 21.
Chapter 15. Then answered Eliphaz the Temanite and said, Should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk, or with speeches wherewith he can do no good? Yea, thou castest off fear, and restraineth prayer before God. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity. Thine iniquity teacheth thy mouth, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thine own lips testify against thee. Art thou the first man that was born, or wast thou made before the hills? Hast thou heard the secret of God, and dost thou restrain wisdom to thyself? What knowest thou? So Eliphaz is asking Job, and what good does it do for you to speak ill of yourself? What can you profit of that? Number 9. What knowest thou that we know not? What understandest thou which is not in us? With us are both the gray-headed and very aged men, much elder than thy father. Are the consolations of God small with thee? Is there any secret thing with thee? Why doth thine heart carry thee away? And what do thy eyes wink at? Why do your eyes flash? That thou turnest thy spirit against God, and lettest such words go out of thy mouth? What is man, that he should be clean? And he which is born of a woman, that he should be righteous? Behold, he putteth no trust in his saints. Yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. How much more abominable and filthy is man, which drinketh iniquity like water? I will show thee, hear me, and that which I have seen I will declare. Which wise men have told from their fathers, and have hid it?
Okay, he's saying, when he said, Behold, he putteth not trust in his saints, yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. He's saying that, how can it be, well, he's asking why. Like, how can it be that you, Job, do you know something we don't know? And why do you think that
you're perfect?
Yeah, that you could be perfect. Because if God even finds imperfections in his angels, why wouldn't he find them also in you? How much more abominable and filthy is man, which drinketh iniquity like water?
Yes. 18. Which wise men have told from their fathers, and have not hid it? Unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and even the number of years is hidden to the oppressor. So this is saying the wicked man has problems all of his days.
Doesn't have many years. He doesn't live long. That's what it says.
Okay.
Well, that's what this is saying. It's saying the years allotted to the tyrant are numbered, and the number of years stored up for the cruel is small.
It just says, the wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and even the number of the years is hidden to that. And then it has a parenthetical note, that are laid up for the oppressor. Being wicked will make you short of days.
Okay, yeah.
A dreadful sound is in his ears, and prosperity, the destroyer, shall come upon you. He believeth not that he shall return out of darkness, and he is waited for of the sword. He wandereth abroad for bread, saying, Where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. Trouble and anguish shall make him afraid. They shall prevail against him as a king ready to the battle. For he stretcheth out his hand against God, and strengtheneth himself against the Almighty. He runneth upon him, even on his neck, upon the thick bosses of his bucklers. Because he covereth his face with his fatness, and maketh collops of fat on his flanks. What does yours say for 27?
It says, although his face be anointed with oil, and his loins rubbed with ointment. Because covering your face with grease, like Vaseline or something. I guess for
battle,
yeah.
Okay.
It makes callops of fat on his flanks, which is to
The flanks of head. And he dwelleth in desolate cities, and in houses which no man inhabiteth, which are ready to become heaps. He shall not be rich, neither shall his substance continue, neither shall he prolong the perfection thereof upon the earth. He shall not depart out of darkness, the flame shall dry up his branches, and by the breath of his mouth shall he go away. Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. It shall be accomplished before his time, and his branch shall not be green. This is saying don't trust in vain things, because when you trust in vain things will be your reward. 33. He shall shake off his unripe grape as the vine, and shall cast off his flower as the olive. For the congregation of hypocrites desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepare deceit.
It's saying, why would you say all of this stuff? And then he's asking Job, why would you be speaking ill about God? And then he says, don't you know that wicked people, they never get out, they never leave the land of darkness. They take their sword up against God only to have their tents burned down at the end, because they're not gonna prevail. But I wonder if that's to say that, you Joe, like you don't have, you will take that on if you keep trying to curse God, or.
And I think what Job had been saying the whole time is, I'm not cursing God. I'm just saying I have my own knowledge, and this is what I feel.
So chapter 16. Then Job answered and said, I have heard many such things. Miserable comforters are ye all. Shall vain words have an end? Or what emboldeneth thee that thou answerest? I also could speak as you do, if your soul were in my soul's stead. I could heap up words against you, and shake mine head at you. But I would strengthen you with my mouth, and the moving of my lips should assure your grief. Though I speak, my grief is not assuaged, and though I forbear, what am I eased? But now he hath made me weary. Thou hast made desolate all my company, and thou hast filled me with wrinkles, which is a witness against me, and my leanness rising up in me beareth witness to my face. Okay, so Job is saying, well, if I were you, I could be you and you me, and I would be a better comforter to you, than you are to me. And then he's saying, and then he jumps and he's saying that, but God has made me weary. Basically, he said, y'all not comforting me enough. And, what have you done for me this whole time? Except for judging me. Now God has laid me out, taking everything from me. So when he says,
it's easy for you to shake your head at me.
Right. Thou hast filled me with wrinkles. I think his wrinkles are witness, are an indication that he's going through a hard time. And thou hast filled me with wrinkles, which is a witness against me, and my leanness rising up in me beareth witness to my face. He teareth me in his wrath, who hateth me. He gnasheth upon me with his teeth. Mine enemy sharpeneth his eyes upon me. They have gaped upon me with their mouth. They have smitten me upon the cheek reproachfully. They have gathered themselves together against me. God hath delivered me to the ungodly, and turned me over into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, but he hath broken me asunder. He hath also taken me by my neck, and shaken me to pieces, and set me up for his mark. His archers compass round about me. He cleaveth my reins asunder, and doth not spare. He poureth out my gall upon the ground. He breaketh me with breach upon breach. He runneth upon me like a giant. He hath sewed sackcloth upon my skin, and defiled my horn in the dust. My face is foul with weeping, and my eyelids is the shadow, and on my eyelids is the shadow of death. Not for any injustice in mine hands. Also, my prayer is pure. Number 18. O earth, cover not thou my blood, and let my cry have no place. Also, now, behold, my witness is in heaven, and my record is on high. My friends scorn me, but mine eye poureth out tears unto God. Oh, that one might plead for a man with God, as a man pleadeth for his neighbor. Like, that there could be a man, someone to talk to God, like an arbitrator.
Like a lawyer.
Yeah. When a few years are come, then I shall go the way whence I shall not return. I guess he's talking about when he die.
Yeah.
Well, it just sounds like Job is singing the same tune, which is, I didn't do anything wrong.
Himself a little bit more space between death, because he said a few years this time. Did you know
Yeah, yeah.
He was saying a couple of days. Chapter 17. My breath is corrupt, my days are extinct, the graves are ready for me. Are there not mockers with me? And doth not mine eye continue in their provocation? Lay down now, put me in surety with thee. Who is he that will strike hands with me? For thou hast hid their heart from understanding. Therefore shalt thou not exalt them. He that speaketh flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children shall fail. He hath made me also a byword of the people, and aforetime I was as a tabret.
Lay down now, put me in a surety with thee. Give a pledge, I pray thee. Be thou my surety with thee.
Okay, so make a deal with me.
Right.
All right.
He's saying now he's going into himself. And then where it says, like, come make a deal with me. It sounds like he's talking to somebody. I don't know.
Will with me.
Either him it's either he's talking about himself, because in number 4, because it says, who is he that will strike hands with me? So who can pledge himself
that's
for me?
in number 3 for mine.
Right.
So, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Since no one cares to clap his hand with mine, like, who's going to shake hands with me?
Yeah. Okay, so then next.
For thou hast hid their heart.
Because
God, this is saying because God has, kept you from understanding. He's closed your heart. For thou hast hid their heart from understanding.
I think so he's talking to God.
He goes in between, just like when he said,
that's kind of what you were finna say, it seemed like.
Yeah, even just in this last one, he said, thou hast filled me with wrinkles. But he's not talking about his friends. He's talking about God.
He's talking about God.
Yeah.
And my wrinkles bear witness against me.
Yeah, because from what God is doing to him.
I got what you're saying.
And I think that's confusing. Also because he's saying, for thou hast hid their heart from me, but he's having a conversation either with himself right now, or with God, or with Eliphaz and his friends. Because thou could be either one of them. Yeah. But and that's just to say, it's so God has closed their heart off to heart.
Yeah, so that they can't understand. So Job has to rely even more on himself.
Yeah. So anybody who betrays their friends, your lineage is cursed.
Mm-hmm. He hath made me also a byword of the people, and aforetime I was as a tabret. I guess I'm saying that right.
It says
they spit in my face.
Right. Somebody for them to mock.
Mm-hmm.
This also says proverb, like,
remember that guy?
Yeah, Job. Like the boy who cried wolf, kind of. Like, there's the boy who cried wolf who suffered in this way.
Mine eye also is dim by reason of sorrow, and all my members as a shadow. Upright men shall be astonished at this, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. So this is saying upright men or righteous men will look at this and be astonished by what Job is going through. And then he says, the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. To me, that's saying a meek person or somebody that usually wouldn't get into it with somebody will actually have enough nerve from just looking at Job, to go fight an ungodly person. I don't know what that means to you. What is innocent against the hypocrite?
Okay, it says, fair-minded men are astonished when they see me, yet finally the innocent will come on top. Yeah, like at this, honest men are shocked, and guiltless men will rail against the godless, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So to put it to an end, whatever bad is on the earth, like an apocalypse will rise
Basically,
up.
That's what it sounds like, or at least what do you call that? Yeah, a revolution of some sort.
Okay. 9. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. But as for you all, do you return and come now, for I cannot find one wise man among you. My days are past, my purposes are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart. They change the night into day. The light is short because of darkness. If I wait, look for the grave, mine house. I have made my bed in the darkness. I have said to corruption, thou art my father. To the worm, thou art my mother and my sister. And where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it? They shall go down to the bars of the pit, when our rest together is once in the dust. So
hope dead too. Hope is dead too.
Yes.
Wait, what did you say? They shall go. Oh, the person.
Where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it? Yeah, they shall go down to the bars of the pit.
It's weird because at first he says, well, the innocent will rail against the godless. Yeah. It says, well, but because if the innocent will rail against the godless, but he's lost all hope. Oh, he's just saying outside of his story, he's lost hope, but other people will become.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they hear it, they'll think, this is the story that changes my life.
Chapter 18. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, how long will it be ere you make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we all speak. Wherefore are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight? So he's saying, will you shut up? Or when you gonna stop talking this whole I'm sad talk?
Talking to us like
why are you saying we beast and unclean? He said, he teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? Like should everything just go down because you're down? And shall the rock be removed out of his place? Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. It's talking about the wicked. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. And he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. And the gin shall make him by the heel.
Take him by the heel.
And the gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. Oh, it says death's eldest child devours his limbs, and this is saying that deadly disease is like one of death's children. Like and deadly disease eats away his limbs.
That's
his body is food
way
for
of
the
looking at
worst
it.
diseases. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people. He shall have neither son, this is 19, he shall have neither son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were affrighted.
So old men and young men are both astonished by it.
Oh, well, okay, it could be that, but, yes, okay, that's showing that that's one of them.
Okay.
Sunrise years and sunset years. And then this is also saying that people in the east and people in the west are gonna shudder at the idea
So it
of
can
you.
mean two things.
Yeah, it could mean, that's the beauty of
It's
reading
ambiguous.
it yourself,
Yeah,
because you
yes.
can make it mean what
What think.
resonates to you. Not make it mean, but whatever talks to you first, that's what that's what it means to you, you know. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God. I feel like everybody keeps saying, "No, if you're wicked, you're gonna burn up, and all of these bad things is gonna happen to you." But they've been saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't say this because that's bad, and wicked people get this.
But
and
he's
Job is
still
like,
talking to them.
I didn't, y'all suck as friends. Y'all really bad. If I was your friend and you were in the situation I'm in,
I'd be
I would have
better
hooked
than
you
you.
up. Yeah.
And then he even said, so whatever then. I made my bed in the darkness.
And that's where I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
You're gonna find me in the darkness.
Yeah, okay. Chapter 19. Then Job answered and said, how long will ye vex my soul and break me in pieces with words? These 10 times have ye reproached me. Ye are not ashamed that ye make yourselves strange to me. And be it indeed that I have erred, mine error remaineth with myself. If indeed ye will magnify yourselves against me, and plead against me my reproach, know now that God hath overthrown me, and hath compassed me with his net. Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment. He hath fenced up my way, that I cannot pass, and he hath set darkness in my paths. He hath stripped me of my glory, and taken the crown from my head. He hath destroyed me on every side, and I am gone, and mine hope hath he removed like a tree. He hath also kindled his wrath against me, and he counted me unto him as one of his enemies. His troops come together and raise up their way against me, and encamp round about my tabernacle. He hath put my brethren far from me, and mine acquaintance are verily estranged from me. My kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They that dwell in mine house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My breath is strange to my wife, though I entreated for the children's sake of mine own body, and my supplication to the children of mine own body, or mother. What does that say for 17 for you?
It says, I am repulsive to my wife, or my breath is obnoxious, or to my wife, my breath is unbearable, although I affectionately implored because of the offspring of my loins, loathsome to the son of my own mother, and my body loathsome to my brothers.
Yea, young children despise me. I arose, and they spake against me. All my inward friends abhorred me, and they whom I loved are turned against me. My bone cleaveth to my skin and to my flesh, and I am escaped with the skin of my teeth. Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of God hath touched me. Why do you persecute me as God, and are not satisfied with my flesh? Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book, that they were graven with an iron pen, and laid in the rock forever. But as for me, I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day, and at last he will stand upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, and after my skin even this body is destroyed, yet in my flesh, then without my flesh, shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another. Though my reins he consumed within me. But ye should say, why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment.
Is that a threat?
I know.
Okay, this is chapter 20. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite and said, Therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short? Same old, same old. Did you know that if you're wicked, you won't live long? Since the beginning of time, wicked men don't last long. A disobedient child don't live long. But it's
You
okay.
get tired for Job.
Yeah, I'm like, he didn't do nothing wrong. Okay. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for the moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. Oh, though his pride is large, his life won't be. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. You know what dung is, don't you? They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? He shall fly away. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Oh, it's like a nightmare. Yeah, or dream. Okay. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His children shall beg from the poor, and their hard labor shall repay his debts.
His children will beg from the poor.
And their hard labor will repay. Yeah. Crushing poverty shall be the children's lot. His axe shall yield their own harvest of shame. Implicated in his iniquity. All right, we understand. Okay. Bad people go to hell. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned, and in the gall of asps within him. It is the gall of asps within him. So that means
venom.
yeah. Okay. Bitterness of asps is in his heart, in his stomach. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. He hath swallowed up riches, and he shall vomit them up again. He must bring up all the wealth which he has swallowed. Oh, riches collected unrighteously shall be vomited at us.
Yeah. Back up.
Right. God is going to make him give it back up. Yeah. All right. He shall suck the poison of asps, The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. So endlessly he shall pay for the wrong he did. He'll give back the fruit of his toil, his wickedness, and won't be able to swallow it anymore. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. And he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of the steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him, like a wild fire that's not kept. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Whoever remains left in his tent. Oh, let me see the same.
Or whoever riding with him.
Yeah, right, exactly. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. So they've been saying the same thing so far, that wicked people suffer in the end, which must be saying that, you're suffering because you're wicked. They're either implying that, like, come on, wicked people, they suffer like this. I'm gonna tell you, it's written.
Or maybe they're offended by the way Job's talking to them, for whatever reason.
I'm sure they are. When they address
that, kind of coming at him. Like, are they coming for him? You feel like?
I don't know if they're coming for him. I think, because the Bible is like written with not that much. It's got a little sass in it, but it's not like.
First of all, boo.
Like don't you? You need to check yourself. No, it's just like Okay. When will you stop talking about this? It's like nice sass. So I don't think that they're trying to. I think they are implying though that he must be wicked by virtue of saying that wicked people suffer and knowing that Job is suffering.
Well, then I kind of see it as like they're saying, wicked people suffer, but it's not that bad for you. Like, you're not what I'm describing.
Oh, yeah, they could be saying that too.
Their kids got to beg from poor people. They don't,
Right.
But Job, I guess, just sees it from another way. You were ready to start chapter 21?
Yep.
Okay. But Job answered and said, Hear diligently my speech, and let this be your consolations. Suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock on. As for me, is my complaint to man? And if it were so, why should not my spirit be troubled? Mark me, and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth. Even when I remember, I am afraid, and trembling taketh hold on my flesh. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power? Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. Their bull gendereth and faileth not. Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel and harp, and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto God, Depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them? God distributeth sorrows in his anger. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. For what pleasure hath he in the house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? Shall any teach God knowledge, seeing he judgeth those that are high? One dieth in his full strength, being wholly at ease and quiet. His breasts are full of milk, and his bones are moistened with marrow. And another dieth in the bitterness of his soul, and never eateth with pleasure. They shall lie down alike in the dust, and the worm shall cover them. Behold, I know your thoughts, and the devices which you wrongfully imagine against me. So he's saying, I already know what you're thinking, and the things that you're getting wrong in your mind about me, because you don't really know what you're talking about. And I know that, but you know. So 28. For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him what he hath done? Yet shall he be brought to the grave, and shall remain in the tomb. The clods of the valley shall be sweet unto him, and every man shall draw after him, as there are innumerable before him. How then comfort ye me in vain, seeing in your answers there remaineth falsehood?
Yeah, he's saying,
Yeah.
if I'm wicked, then all the stuff that you saying would be true. I would, you wouldn't come to help me. Like, you would forget about me. I would burn up in a tent, all my lineage is cursed and stuff, but I'm not wicked.
So now what's your answer?
Right. Well, you're saying all of that stuff, but I'm not wicked. Like, if you're saying I'm wicked and I have to suffer like this, but you want me to not be sad because because you know in your heart I'm not wicked, then
why are you telling me that the wicked get what I'm getting if you want me to believe I'm not wicked?
That I'm not wicked.
And then that God is just
right
for treating me like this, even though I'm not wicked.
Right. Alright. We're gonna complete the next 7 next time. We'd like to thank you all for joining in. Make sure you join the conversation with us at sanctuary2744@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Alright. See you guys.
Bye.